All right. Here we go. Good evening and good night. Welcome to the HR Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. until. My name is David, a.k.a. Kimba, a.k.a. Christian. No co-host in the studio tonight. However, we do have a telephone number, 340-201-9005. You can also text us on that number as well. But most importantly, you have to go to our website, streaminglivefromthevi.com. Go to that website right now and tune into the show because we do have some special guests in the studio tonight, but we'll be right with them. We do have email, streaminglivefromthevi@yahoo.com. That's how you get a hold of us. Your email will pop up right here, and be sure to get your comment or question on the show tonight. Most importantly for our guests, we are in a high-tech, low-tech studio coming to you from an undisclosed location here in St. Croix, Virgin Islands. No radio, no TV, internet only, which means you have to get your smartphone, your tablet, your Android, your Apple, your Windows, your Mac PC. Open up your browser, go to streaminglivefromthevi.com, and you'll be able to see the show tonight. Moving on here, all our shows, all our recorded live shows are on YouTube and Ustream.tv. Just search for our channel. It's Your Perspective Talk Show. We're on Facebook as well. Definitely want to give a shout out to CHS class of 1982. That's the year that I'm representing. Shout out to Vanessa, Julie, Charisse, and to all our past guests. Thanks for being on the show and supporting us in what we're doing here. We're on Twitter as well. Hit us up at VI Perspective. Tweet with us. We're moving straight forward and up. The show's mission is just to inform, entertain, and empower everyone. And as we move on here on my cheat sheet here, you guys don't know this is kind of a very impromptu kind of thing here. I have here. Do you guys want to share any kind words of wisdom before we get into the interview here? Just could be any phrase that you share.
Oh yeah, I got one.
Yes. So you ladies and gentlemen, our viewers out there, you hear that voice? There are our guests right there. You guys wave to the crowd. You are streaming out live right now. This is Dana Holtz and Emily Graci. They are with Lutheran Social Services of the Virgin Islands. They're going to be talking about Giving Tuesday, which is today. But what is your kind word of wisdom, Emily?
I'll go first. Do you have one too?
I don't have one, so I need you to go
Okay,
first.
so I will share with you what this really kind and generous man that I met in St. Thomas in Charlotte Amalie on Main Street. He was one of the jewelry shop owners, and we were looking for support for our Queen Louise Home Gala that we had recently, the auction. And when we came in and talked about our event and the need for donations, he said, we come into this world empty-handed, and we leave empty-handed, and what we do in between matters.
Okay.
And he gave me a donation right there on the spot, and I was really touched.
Okay, good, man. So our guest tonight is Dana Holtz and Emily Graci. Welcome to the studio here. You guys are here tonight to talk about this. I guess this is a global thing. Sort of when I did my quick research on this concept, I guess, of Giving Tuesday. Never heard of it before, honestly speaking. I've heard of Black Friday, and then I heard of Cyber Monday, but then there's this thing of Giving Tuesday.
And small town business Saturday.
Yeah.
Don't forget that one.
Oh, so did that already pass, or that's coming up?
No, that already passed.
Already,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Okay, so let's start with Giving Tuesday. What is that exactly, and how does Lutheran Social Services sort of tie into that?
Sure, I'll talk about that. So Giving Tuesday started 4 years ago, and it's really a social media driven campaign that really started in response to the Black Friday rush of shopping after Thanksgiving, and also the Cyber Monday rush, which now happens as we're all tuned into the digital shopping world.
Starts on Sunday.
Yeah, starts on Sunday. And I think the idea was, we're in such a craze to get all these deals and run into the stores and sleep overnight and be the first one in the stores, and it's buy. And I think the response was, let's remember what else we can do here for our community.
Okay.
And so Giving Tuesday was an opportunity for people to create an environment where people are reflecting on how they can give back to their community after they've spent so much on the weekend in that crazy frenzy of shopping and holiday shopping. But holidays are about giving, and holidays are about being there for people.
Okay.
And that's really what I think Giving Tuesday tries to encourage through the social media world. So we're here to help encourage people in the Virgin Islands and also your listening audience that's in stateside and even abroad. I think you said you have international listeners.
Worldwide, man.
Too. We're trying to encourage people to support Lutheran Social Services of the Virgin Islands on this Giving Tuesday. And so there are a few ways that they can do that. They can go to our website. I don't know can I prompt you to put pictures up while we're talking?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
can you
sure.
put the yellow one? There
This
you
one?
go, yeah.
Okay, there we go. They're
There
seeing
we
it
go.
right now.
So here is an opportunity showing you how to participate in Giving Tuesday. You can go to www.lssvi.org and you can go to our donate page and you can absolutely make a cash contribution right today or tomorrow. It doesn't have to be on Giving Tuesday. It's really just about a movement of consciousness of giving back to your community. And so certainly we can accept cash donations online. There's a lot of other opportunities that you can support Lutheran Social Services. You can support through volunteerism. You can support through donated items.
Okay.
But if it's okay, can I back up and talk a little bit about LSS before we talk about all the ways we can...
Of course you can. We have until 1 o'clock in the morning.
I can go that far. But yes, so I would like to bring back to the audience what Lutheran Social Services is about.
Yes, please.
So it's actually the oldest nonprofit here in the Virgin Islands. We started, our foundings were with Queen Louise Home for Children, which began in 1904, was built and developed under the Danish rule when there was a need for an orphanage, literally a need for an orphanage. There were a lot of harsh labor laws at that time in the early 1900s here in the Virgin Islands, and childcare was really difficult, not accessible for a lot of families. So there was also high infant mortality at that rate, at that year, in those times. So the Danish deaconesses with the Lutheran Church had pleaded with Denmark to send funds and try to help establish an orphanage. And that actually became a reality in December 13th, 1904.
Okay.
So we're close to our 111th anniversary. That's how Lutheran Social Services started, with Queen Louise Home. And then in the 60s, the governing body of Queen Louise Home became Lutheran Social Services, and we started branching out and doing other housing programs and serving other subsets of the community.
Okay.
Mostly in the 80s and 90s, we started with residential housing programs.
Okay.
You might be familiar with you were familiar with Flamboyant Gardens.
Yes.
That's in Barron Spot. That's one of our housing communities first. Low-income seniors, about 50, 55, 60 residents at that location. And it's an independent living program, so they are living independently with apartments, and we have a lot of support services. So we provide transportation to and from doctor's visits, to the grocery store, to kind of anything that you would do maybe to help your older grandmother or your older relative.
Okay.
We are there, for the birthdays, the holidays, the Christmases, the tea time in the evening, helping with laundry, helping with, like I said, doctor's visits and grocery visits, and a lot of support services for an Asian community.
Okay.
So I kind of diverted a bit, but we have
But let me, if I could ask you,
Yeah.
how long has Lutheran Social Services been involved with this whole thing of Giving Tuesday?
Oh, well, that's a campaign that started 4 years ago globally.
Okay.
And so we just try to piggyback as an opportunity to just promote the event and encourage people to donate.
To donate.
Yeah, it's
okay.
more of a global kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. Good. So, Dana.
Yeah, I need to introduce who we have here. Our very special guest. This is Dana Holtz, who runs Queen Louise Home for Children, the program that we talked about that started Lutheran Social Services.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your role there and sort of just in a nutshell what's happening. Activities and.
Okay. We do quite a bit. I am the director of Queen Louise Home. Right now we have 25 residents, and that is one of our highest numbers I think we've had for quite a while. We are, over the years, we've moved from being an orphanage to more of a foster care placement. Within the Virgin Islands, foster care homes are hard to come by, especially when we have children who maybe have some behavioral and emotional challenges as well, or physical disabilities. So we've kind of shifted a little bit from an orphanage to more of a foster care placement. And our age range right now is from 7 months to, I think my oldest is 31.
Okay.
And obviously those with that are considered to be adults chronologically oftentimes have physical or mental disabilities.
Okay.
And so they might be in wheelchairs and be unable to ambulate. They may be unable to feed themselves. They may be unable to talk, those types of things. And so those adults, we are responsible for every single aspect of their care. And some of them even have tubes, and that is how they are able to eat.
To feed themselves, yes.
Yes. And so there's a lot of medical care that needs to be, it's 24/7, and that medical care has to be at its absolute best during every single minute of the day.
Okay. So you're in charge, and so I guess they've had.
So they say.
But I guess there've been many people in the past that have been in charge. So how has it changed over the years? I mean, is it as far as getting better, the services? I mean, how is it getting better, and how is it getting better?
I think it's as our clientele changes, we have the responsibility to ebb and flow with what the island needs. So for an example, previously Queen Louise Home was set to and accepted children up to age 12.
Okay.
At this point in time, the Virgin Islands doesn't really have a place for children to go once they reach 12. And we are not going to go, okay, it's your 12th birthday, see you later. That's not how we operate.
Okay.
And so what we have been able to do is open our doors and provide that steady, consistent structure and living environment that many of them call home. Okay. For those children up until whatever time we need to.
Okay. And Emily, you talk a little bit more about Lutheran Social Services and like who they are and what they are, and kind of bring it more current. Because since I've come back to St. Croix in 2008, I've always heard about Lutheran Social Services, but over the last year or so, I'm a little bit more involved in a sense. But kind of tell us, like, a little bit more detail about what the whole thing is about. Because I did get a book. And so it has a lot of information in there and a lot of things I didn't even know.
Yeah, history.
There's a lot of history behind Lutheran Social Services. Talk a little bit about just kind of, every 5 years, how it's kind of progressed a little bit in a sense. I know you weren't around, but, I'm sure the history kind of gets transposed or transferred over to you in a sense,
Right. Yeah. Well, as I was saying earlier, we started into housing for seniors in the 80s and in the 90s. So we moved from Queen Louise Home to expanding. Like Dana said, we're always in a place where we're responding to our community's needs. So we do a lot of partnerships with federal and local government agencies. Okay. So we partnered with HUD, Housing and Urban Development. Okay. For a lot of the housing programs, for low-income seniors, also for adults with disabilities that can live independently, also for adults with disabilities that are more severe. They require 24-hour, around-the-clock care. So we have programs on St. Thomas and on St. Croix. I'm going to go through a few of those names because I think people will recognize like the sites. Like we talked about Flamboyant Gardens.
Yes, okay.
We also, and that's in Barron Spot. In St. Thomas, there's Ebenezer Gardens.
Yes.
There's also, and that's the housing program for low-income seniors and adults with disabilities that are more of the minor disabilities. Okay. Maybe someone has a hearing impairment, or maybe they have they use a wheelchair. Okay. So there's a whole host of different levels of disabilities of our residents. Okay. But there are two sites that are for seniors that can live independently. Like I said, Flamboyant Gardens and Ebenezer Gardens in St. Thomas. In Frederickstead, we have a few other sites for adults that can live independently and that still receive a lot of support services from Lutheran Social Services. So there is Bougainvillea Gardens, it's across the street from Kmart. Yes. I mean, KFC.
Yes.
Yes, downtown Frederickstead. We also have Gnip Gardens, which is on Prince Street, also known as Prince Street Apartments. Gnip Gardens and Bougainvillea and Danish Manor and that Danish Gardens, that's the 3-story building in Frederiksted on Hospital Street. That was the original, one of the original Queen Louise homes.
Okay.
That we now use the bottom level as our admin building.
Okay.
So, and we have a lot of programs that we're housing and caring for over 150 seniors between those programs, and we also have 2 group homes, which are residential facilities that have residents that require 24-hour assistance, so it's adults with more severe disabilities.
Okay.
In addition to those programs for seniors, we also have Queen Louise Home, which we talked about for children, and we also manage the 2 early Head Start programs on island.
Okay.
And that's with a partnership with the federal government with the Head Start program.
Okay.
Most people are familiar with the government-run Head Start programs on island, starting at age 3 and 4.
Okay.
Our program is Early Head Start, and it's private. It's run by Lutheran Social Services, which is a private nonprofit, in partnership with government agencies. And that program, the Early Head Start that we have, there's 2 campuses. One is Mid-Island at the old Toolbox location by Good Hope Country Day.
Okay. Yes.
And then the other one is on the Queen Louise Home campus. Between those 2 facilities, those 2 programs, we are serving 120 infants and toddlers.
Okay.
That is hundreds of diapers every day. And a lot of baby food. So we are really, Lutheran Social Services really encompasses a broad spectrum of our community and who we're caring for day to day through our program.
So you're covering young babies and toddlers all the way up to
all the way
adult.
up to centennials and above.
Okay. Okay. And everybody in between.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys okay? You guys need a break? No?
I'll take some water.
You'll take one?
No, I'm fine. Just water.
Okay. So moving on here, let's kind of get back into this whole thing of Giving Tuesday. And you guys have been involved since the beginning 4 years ago. And I guess giving back is really what it's about. You know, I guess you spent money on yourself for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Now it's giving back. And in general, does that go well? I guess at the end of the day, because I spent all my money on myself. I don't have any money to give back. But I mean, in general, is that a good campaign? I saw on the Facebook page that a lot of I don't know. I guess prominent people are sort of involved. I saw. The owner of Facebook on there. I didn't really quite read the text there, but I saw him there. I guess he was giving back, I guess, in a sense.
It's really popular in the social media world. So as when agencies and nonprofits and causes are linked in social media, it can be very powerful. As far as us here in the Virgin Islands, we have a really strong donor base. We haven't quite crossed over to be that digital yet. Hopefully your show will help us really capture a strong digital
age.
digital audience. Yeah.
Oh, so when you say that, you mean that people come in and donate money physically as opposed to doing it online, or?
Well, they send in
checks.
Okay.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
And like I said, we do have a very generous population here. I don't know how much compared to what I've seen living in the States. I do think that this community and here in the Virgin Islands, people, maybe it's the small town, maybe it's Caribbean culture, but I think people don't need that reminder the way they need it in the States.
Okay.
You're not running around to like Walmart and Target and all these shops like it gets really intense up there.
Yeah, I don't think anybody spent the night.
No, down here, I don't think they did that.
I don't think we did that here.
So it's for us, it's just a soft, friendly reminder that it's a day to give, a day to be conscientious of how you're giving and how you're helping the community. So in general, though, we do get a lot of support during the holidays from the community, and we are really fortunate and very thankful because it's kind of a similar idea where we're talking about with Black Friday and with Cyber Monday.
Okay.
It's like me, what can I get me and what can I get my family? And then Monday is like, okay, now I need to give back. Like in our community, we have people that are doing that on a day-to-day basis. We have people call us that are thinking in all different types of realms and ways to help. Church groups, mission trips, college groups, university projects, corporations joining together to get turkeys for our, programs. The support comes in a lot of different means and ways here in this community. We are really thankful to have such a mindful, supportive, charitably mindful community.
Yes. So I'm going to flip the flyer up there. The viewers are seeing it right now. So donate to www.lssvi.org. It's the Tuesday right after Black Friday and Cyber Monday, which is December 1st today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it right there. And I guess it's care for children, families, and seniors, individuals with disabilities here in the Virgin Islands.
And that support goes directly to the day-to-day operation of our program sites. You know, people, when they make a donation, they can designate it if they want to support just programs that support children or programs that support seniors or programs that support individuals with disabilities.
Okay.
But any of those donations are going to the day-to-day costs that help us serve so many residents and children and families. You know, it could be anything from, like, we have some serious expenses with our transportation needs, helping with buses, helping with vans, transporting residents to and from places. That support could go towards a child that needs special counseling at Queen Louise Home.
Okay.
That support could go to a senior who, let's see an example that we had the other day, a senior that, well, I'm drawing a blank here on the memory, but...
And I know, Dana, as you think there, Emily, but I know, Dana, I know that you've had some, I don't know, I guess, prominent people come to Queen Louise Home. I know that the young lady that plays basketball was there.
Monica, right?
Yes.
With the Minnesota Lynx,
Yeah.
who's transferred.
Yeah, she came.
Yeah, talk a little bit about meeting her. I don't know if you met her before, and then I know, I think, wasn't Pressure Bus Pipe there at one time too? And
He was there prior to me being there, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
But Monica did come, and one of the things that I really appreciated about her is she was all about the children. That was her main focus. It wasn't about a PR stunt for her. It wasn't about, how much media is going to be there. It was all about those children and teaching them different drills for basketball, and I have no hand-eye coordination whatsoever, so it was really exciting to see her out there with the children, and she was running them through drills and dribbling stuff and back and forth, and every single one of them responded so positively to her.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Okay.
she just brought this demeanor of happiness and wanting to share with the kids, and that was fun. It was fun to watch.
Okay. Anybody else that might have come there?
We've
Oh
had
wow,
some
you're putting me on the spot.
we had some baseball players
We
recently.
did. We had some baseball players who were here for our gala, our golf gala that were here from the Washington Nationals.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And Kansas City Royals,
Oh,
the
really?
World
Okay.
Series champs
Yes,
From
that's right.
1985.
of 1985.
Yes. It was a retired player that was here. So that was kind of cool to see those people come through. Yeah.
Oh,
And
really?
I can
Okay.
touch on that because a lot of people are familiar with that, David. The annual Queen Louise Home Golf Tournament and Gala we just had 3 weeks ago.
2, yeah.
This is the 32nd year that we did this event, and traditionally we have had support from big airlines, and we were able to bring down Major League Baseball players in big sets. We had 20 or 30 players that would come down every year for the golf tournament, all for the all in the name of the children at Queen Louise Home.
Okay.
And so we were really thankful this year that even though we didn't have the big corporate support from American Airlines, we had Seabourn Airlines, which was
Okay.
huge support for us this year. They really stepped in and helped us again this year.
Okay.
Anyways, they helped with the event, and that helped bring down the Major League Baseball players, and
Okay.
just kind of
Are
continuing
they-
in that
are they
tradition.
retired, or are they still playing?
We had retired and current.
Okay.
Right, we have both.
Okay.
Yes, both.
And they took part in the golf tournament, or they just
Yeah.
kind of hanging out? Okay.
No, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they took part in the golf tournament. They also helped contribute by providing trips that we auction off during the auction.
Okay.
So
okay.
someone
And
got
signed memorabilia.
and signed memorabilia.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
So
good.
yeah, it's a huge tradition of Lutheran Social Services. A lot of people are familiar with the golf tournament that we do for Queen Louise Home and all the Major League Baseball players that we have come through. So that's always an exciting time.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to take a quick break. I'm a little thirsty. So yeah, I just want to say real quick that this is the It's Your Perspective talk show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. until. Our website is streaming live from the VI.com. We do have some special guests in the studio tonight. Wave to the crowd real quick, one more time. We'll be right back. Stand by. right. We're back. This is the HR Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. until. Our website is streaming live on the vi.com. You got to get on our website to see the show tonight and see the shows in the future. We do have some special guests in the studio tonight, Dana Holtz and Emily Graci. There they are right there. Wave to the crowd. You guys are streaming out right now. So as we move on here, and I want to say, too, that we do have a telephone number. I mean, our guests can see that there, but I just want to say that it's 340-201-9005. You call, that will ring right here, and we'll just bring you in on the show, and you can ask your question, your comment for our guest tonight. But moving on here, Giving Tuesdays. That's the today's topic of the day. So just kind of run through this real quick here as I'm showing the flyer for today's Giving Tuesday. Just sort of touch on that real quick.
Sure, yeah. Giving Tuesday is an opportunity to get people aware of how, after they've spent all the time in the hustle and bustle and the flurry of getting gifts for themselves and for others during Black Friday and Cyber Monday, Tuesday is a moment and a time to kind of pause and reflect and think about how you can give back to your community.
Okay.
So, yep.
And you got to go to their website, www.lssvi.org, and I guess it's just a process you go through to donate monies to the organization, to Giving Tuesday.
Yep. There's an online form that people can fill out and use their credit card, or they can send in a check. And our if all your folks are listening on the internet, so right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, they can go to the website and find our mailing address. It's there if they want to send a check instead of do an online credit card donation. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Everything technically is in place, so it's just a matter of what they would like to do to get the donation into you guys. So moving on here, Queen Louise home, and I guess we'd like to know a little bit more about sort of the day-to-day operations that go on there. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Wow. Honestly, what I tell people, if you've ever seen the movie Cheaper by the Dozen, that's what we look like. It is sometimes chaotic, and we are constantly moving. We have, as I mentioned earlier, we have 25 children that we are helping to raise, and the day-to-day varies. If people can think about what their day is like with one child,
or two children,
imagine what it's like with 25 of them. We have, a 7-month-old, and right now we are working to help him learn how to sit up and how to crawl. We oftentimes get children who are delayed developmentally, and what we do is we jump in and we start working with them and ensuring that we can do what we can to help catch them up.
Okay.
And if there's something, if we feel like we're not doing it, then we'll reach out to the community resources so that we can get some extra support and some extra help, so that we can help those children get caught up.
Okay.
We also have a high schooler who is working on credits and high school math. Lord help me, high school math. So we're working on that, and every school day we're doing social studies and math and reading and writing. And I think we have a volcano project that we have to work on now.
A volcano project?
A volcano project, yes. That's next on our list. We finished the, I believe it was some sort of project in social studies with working with a particular tribe. And so we had to create a board, a display board, and we had to create an actual structure of a house, and we got a 90% on that. So we're very proud of ourselves for that.
Okay.
The kids work hard, and so if people can think about what they do for their children, that's what we're doing for our children. On top of that, I think many of the children who come to us have been through things in their life that other people haven't been through in all the years that they've been alive. And so we are also working to heal trauma. And we are also working to help them kind of find the magic and the courage to believe in life and their future and what's out there for them. Our goal is to help them in every way possible, in every aspect of their development, and create children and develop children that are going to be strong, vital, members of this community when they
Okay.
get older.
Okay.
That's our goal.
Okay. Okay. Good.
And day to day, you can imagine, aside from getting ready for school and doing and coming home and doing homework and having group dinners together and getting ready and brushing your teeth and reading a book together and story time and all these things, there's also a lot that's a lot of care taken into developing curriculums and extracurricular activities and trying to develop the environment in a schedule that is as close to a typical child's experience as you can. So, children at Queen Louise Home are with us because there was an incident. There was an incident of abuse or neglect, or there was an incident, or not only just an incident of abuse, neglect, there's also children that have special needs and serious medical needs and special disabilities.
Or displacement.
Or displacement.
Where someone, maybe they are living with a relative or someone, and then that person falls ill. Mm-hmm. And so that those children need a place to call home for a while.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people ask us, well, how long are the children at Queen Louise Home? A lot of people, you would know how accurate, the last 10, 20 years is when the national government started shifting from orphanage-style centers to more temporary foster placement centers. The last decade or two?
I would say it's been a while. I mean, the goal is family reunification. That is, the courts have moved to family reunification and that goal in mind. So realizing that the children who are with us, many of them have families who are actively working to try and meet the expectations that are needed in order to have the children return home.
Okay.
And so, we're working with those children. We're working with the families. We're doing all kinds of skill development and therapy and those types of things to try and bring it all back together for them.
Okay. What's the most difficult task or duty that you have there? I mean,
What day? Depends on the day, huh?
Oh, wow. That is a loaded question. I think, one of the things that happens is, wow, that's a really loaded question. My brain is going in so many different directions. I think my team and I work to try to make it as non-institutionalized and non-group home as possible.
Okay.
And so we want it to feel like a home for them. And so, we recently were able to renovate Queen Louise Home and the cottages. And I'm so grateful for that. That had started before I came. But one of the things that I'm so grateful for is in the cottages, back in the day, they had bathrooms that were like stalls. So like you would have at school.
Okay.
And I'm so grateful that we've gotten away from that, because how many people in their home have stalls and bathrooms, right?
Yeah.
And so being able to shift to that and being able to have family rooms and being able to have, we have a collection of games, and so there's like the game shelf, and we have different things like that. And we're experimenting a little bit, but how in a home they'll have those the sayings that you can stick on the walls. You know what I'm talking about?
Decals,
yeah, like the decals.
The decals, yes.
We're working on having those, and we need entertainment centers so that the children feel at home. And back in the day, again, we're talking about they had like metal bed frames, just metal bed frames, and you don't see that in a home.
Okay.
And so we're trying to shift that with
Trying to make it more homey.
Right.
Homey-ish.
Right. So that we have bunk beds, and we have beds with storage underneath, and we have dressers, and we have shelves that the kids, with those fabric bins, so that the kids can decorate themselves and have their own space.
Okay.
Because we truly, as Emily said, we truly don't know how long our children are going to be with us. Our goal is to, while they're with us, to provide them as much care as we can, to help develop them in every possible way that we can, and to help them feel at home. I kind of call us seed planters, because we don't always know what's going to happen when they leave us, but we have an opportunity to plant seeds. and hopefully that they will flourish.
They flourish and grow, yes.
Yeah, they'll flourish and grow when they leave us, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And Emily, there was something else that you wanted to talk about, I guess, as we approach, the giving during the Christmas time.
Yeah. Well, I did want to bring that up as far as Christmas and how people can support. A lot of times people come and say, hey, I want to buy a gift for a child at the Queen Louise home. What should I do and how do I go about doing that? So we just wanted to share that some of the ways, of course, are to go online and make a cash contribution. But if you wanted to do something a little bit more special that you know goes directly to a gift for a child, we were thinking of the gift cards.
Okay.
Yeah, I think gift cards is probably the best way to go. And I will tell you, as I've been with the agency for about 1.5 years, and I think everybody would agree I'm incredibly frugal. So I'm constantly looking for the deal and the items on clearance or on sale or those types of things in order to provide the children with as much as we can and stretch that dollar as far as we can. We were fortunate enough last year that it was pretty exciting, I think, for the children. On Christmas morning, they woke up and Santa had come for a visit, and they had tons of gifts under the tree for the children, and they were ecstatic. And he even left some snow and some footprints.
Some snow?
Some snow, yes.
Okay.
Yes, there was snow left inside the auditorium and his footprints as he was walking out of the auditorium.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
Okay.
And he left a note in the Christmas tree for the children, and left stockings, had made a fireplace, because obviously we don't have fireplaces here, but he had made a fireplace, he and his elves, and had brought stockings for every one of the children, and so all of those were filled, and so it was very nice to see the kids and their excitement. Even my team had said they never saw anything like it.
Okay.
So that was pretty impressive to have Santa visit.
And there's a lot of people that put support, a lot of efforts went into that. Not just you and your team and your staff and you sneaking in the middle of the night and but there's a lot, the magic that you do. But aside from that, there are so many groups of people that have helped put Christmas on and helped us have a Christmas for our children at Queen Louise Home, for our seniors at Flamboyant Gardens and Ebenezer Gardens and all of our home housing programs. There's a lot of agencies, there's a lot of church groups, there's a lot of schools, there's a lot of off-island groups that make that happen. We can't do that on our own. This is an agency that cares for over 200 people every day, and all the magic that happens during the holidays is absolutely attributed to the support that we get from the community.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can't do it without them. There's no way. No way it would have been pulled off.
Okay. So. Okay. So let's hit these pictures here.
Oh, yeah.
I got this one here first. I guess I'll bring that one there. And so I guess this is sort of the drive.
That's home.
That's the driving into the compound there.
Into Queen Louise Home campus.
Yeah, that's our home.
Yep. And we try to make it as happy and cheerful as you can see.
Yeah, with the colored fence.
And
nice big trees there with plenty of shade.
We have a new bike path that we had a donor sponsor on campus, which was a really awesome addition to helping really create a nice fun environment for, actually I didn't have a picture of that, sorry. Nice fun environment for the children, so that there's a little bit more to do on campus and in the security of being on campus with all of our staff.
Yeah, and this picture here is just, I guess, another side shot of the cottages. Correct?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Nice bright colors there, the blue and the green.
Yeah.
And I tell you, when I first went to Queen Louise Home, I just felt, and I still kind of feel this way when I go over there, I feel like I just left and went someplace else. It just feels like you're sort of, I don't know, it's just kind of a weird feeling that you just...
a weird good feeling.
Yeah, you're not in St. Croix anymore, you just went into another area. It just gives off a vibe there that's rather interesting, and it still does every time I go over there.
Oh, we're hoping that carries through to all the residents and everyone that steps foot there.
Yeah, and so we have another picture here. I'm not sure if this was some kind of event there.
It was. We had, again, thanks to donors that were absolutely amazing. We had the fortunate opportunity to create a staycation for our children at the end of the summer.
Okay.
And then what we did at the end of the staycation is when they were coming back from, because they had spent the weekend at a hotel, and they were enthralled with the pool and all of the different things, and the bed. Oh my gosh, they
Air conditioning.
They loved the bed. They loved the bed. They wiggled their way underneath and got under the covers, and it was really fun to watch. But when they were coming home, we had a surprise carnival for them.
Okay.
And so we had donkeys and face painting and a bouncy castle or bouncy house, and we had carnival games and hot dogs and hamburgers and popcorn, and finished it up with a movie. And so it was just wrapped up the summer for them after they had gone to camp all summer, and just kind of brought it home a little bit.
Yeah, and so I guess this picture here is just someone that got their hand painted in the same event.
Yep, same event, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they were, there's the clown that was there for our event.
Okay.
That's Vivi.
Yeah, Vivi was there.
Okay. That's the clown or the girl?
Vivi the clown.
The clown.
Vivi the clown.
Okay.
You know, and you think about, as parents look at, see that picture, and when this little girl first saw the clown, she was attached to my leg, and it was like, no, I'm not going. What is that? Oh my gosh, crying. And so being able, and you can just, even from the back, you can tell how tentative she was and how she was watching, and just knowing that she had that trusted adult with her as she went through that experience was really, it was interesting to watch.
Okay.
But obviously she overcame, and she got, I don't know, her face painted and her hand painted, and I don't know what else.
And then she wouldn't let the clowns let go now.
Yeah. Right, exactly, right.
So this last picture here is...
from the staycation.
That was,
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Having new opportunities,
Okay.
Having an like it was our own family vacation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
That's
was.
what it was.
And where was this at?
That there was at Carambola.
Okay.
Renaissance.
Okay.
Yep.
It kind of looks familiar.
Yeah, they
I
gave us a
like-
nice discount, so that was really appreciated.
Yeah, I like the big chess pieces there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and somehow I played chess with some random rules, and I lost. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I lost.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So it's about 9 o'clock, and as I like to always say to all our guests, anything else that you'd like to talk about, mention, cover, now's the time to just let it out. Any upcoming events, if you want to share, you can. Anything in general.
I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I am prompted to say something. Looking at the staycation pictures, it reminds me when you said earlier, David, how has Queen Louise home progressed, and what are you guys doing that is changing?
Okay.
I do really have to credit Dana and her leadership of really working to establish really great, memorable moments and programs. We had our first talent show this year. We had, and that was just such a moving moment. I mean, thinking about it brings tears to my eyes, seeing those kids out there strutting their stuff and loving it and feeling so proud and brave, and knowing they had all the staff there helping them get all the dance moves, the whip and the nae-nae. The whip and the nae-nae. We had the 2-year-olds out there doing that. It was the coolest thing. Really special moments. Really, the staycation and the talent show, and there was something else that you did this year that was new, that was big like that. Big event. The Santa, the Christmas celebrations are a lot more, they're very special.
Okay.
Easter Bunny came this year.
Easter Bunny.
Yeah, managed to find us this year.
Yeah, we've just been really building upon, like Dana said, creating that family setting and the comfort and the trust so that children can be at ease, because that's what Queen Louise is here for.
Can I introduce, I haven't even told, this year, starting today, actually was the first day, we introduced an Advent calendar-ish. It is the links, we made a chain. Links. And so each day they're taking, the children are taking a link off, and on that link it tells them what random act of kindness that we are going to do for that day.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is a wide array of different things.
Okay.
Some of them that cost money, some of them that don't. Many of them don't, because again, I'm very frugal. But so you might, people in the community might end up on the receiving end of some of our random acts of kindness.
That's
So
cool.
helping them, the children, from my perspective, need to also understand it's not just a season of them to receive, it's also a season where they give. They're human beings, and we want to raise them and help them realize that this time of year isn't about just I want. It's about giving back to the community as well.
Okay. Perfect. Any shout outs you guys want to give? Friends, family?
I'll give a shout out to our leadership team at LSS. Junia John Straker is our CEO. She's the chief in charge and running we're a very big agency. Like I said before, we're serving over 200 people every day. We have 9 program sites between the 2 islands. We have a very strong administrative staff and a very strong management staff. We have a lot of directors at every single program. Junia is our CEO. Our Chief Operating Officer and HR Director is Michelle Joseph. Our CFO, Chief Financial Officer, is Dassel Thomas Williams. We have a really strong support system for all those programs.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Dana, were you getting ready to say something?
No, I was just agreeing with Emily. I sit here and think that there are times, I think the only other person that I would definitely reach out to and thank is our maintenance director,
yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Mr. Thomas and his team.
Oh my gosh, as you can imagine, not only are we raising children responsible for every aspect of their development, we are also living in a home that has, where the toilet gets clogged up and the car stops working and, all of those things happen. And so being able to call on that team and keep us running and keep us moving so that our focus can be on the children is phenomenal. And so without the support of our team and the community and our donors, it truly, it's kind of cliche. I realize that. At the same time, it takes a village to raise a child.
To raise a child, yes, I can agree with
that. That is what we're doing, and we can't do it without everybody's input, and every little bit helps and counts.
Yes, and that sort of leads us to this whole thing of Givingtuesday.
Mm-hmm.
There's the flyer right there. Just run through this one more time, Emily.
This is our website, www.lssvi.org. And being that today is Givingtuesday, which means it's the first Tuesday after Cyber Monday, which follows the Black Friday. So it's after Black Friday and Cyber Monday. It's an opportunity to bring awareness to giving back after you've gone through the craze of the holiday shopping, taking a moment to pause and think about who you can support in your community.
Give back to, yes.
So we are encouraging folks and listening audience to support Lutheran Social Services and Queen Louise Home, and you can do so by going to www.lssvi.org.
All right. So, ladies, I want to thank you guys for coming out to the show tonight.
Oh, I should also say thank you. Like us on Facebook. That's another shout out.
Facebook thing.
Yeah. Social media. Yeah, get on the because they have a. You mean like the LSSVI Facebook page? Okay.
Yeah.
We
have a page.
We have an LSSVI page.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So I just want to say that this is the HR Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. until. It's about 9:06 p.m. on Tuesday, December 1st. It's Givingtuesday. We have a show tomorrow lined up as well, so do tune in. Another guest, another fun, exciting evening. We do have a website, most importantly, is streaming live from the vi.com. That's the site that you have to go to see our show. And our guests tonight, you guys wave one more time. There they are right there, Dana Holtz and Emily Graci. Thanks for coming out. You guys are always welcome to come to the studio. As we like to say, you're part of the family now. On that note, we'll leave it at that, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. Take care. Peace.